Hey guys, so this is going to be a pretty long video, so I'm just going to jump right into it. This is going up a little late. It has been a pretty hectic week, so without further ado, let us begin. As you see, the face is breaking out. I want to say the day after I posted my last video, that's when I started getting more cravings. In my last video, I said that I was really into V8 and baby pickles and olives, and pretty much immediately after that, I started really craving like salad lettuce with Italian dressing, with little baby pickles and olives in it. Now, that was last week, and I literally, the thought of it and even just talking about it makes me want to gag right now. So I'm not into the whole salads and Italian dressing or even pickles right now. Let's see. On the 8th right here, I have that my breasts were finally starting to get tender. Now, before the first month, I'd say, there was nothing going on with my boobies. Like, I didn't feel any pain or anything like that. So that's when I started getting some breast tenderness. I had a bit more of an appetite. At least that's what my deal says here. I can't remember what the heck I ate. I think it was just stuff around the house that I could fix up. It definitely wasn't anything sweet or soup or anything like that. It was probably pizza rolls and some fish sticks. I really wanted some cocktail sauce, but I was so hungry at that point. I just wanted my pizza rolls, some fish sticks. It was also at that point on the 8th, which was last Friday, that I had brown discharge. Now, that was a little scary, but of course it wasn't like blood red or spotting or anything like that, so I was just assuming that it was just ovulation or implantation discharge. And so that followed on to the 9th, but it slowed down by 3:45 a.m. Now, the 9th was also when I had a massive, the salad craving with Italian dressing, no tomatoes, extremely emotional. I was really emotional apparently on last Saturday, which was a week ago today. It says here that I threw up. I honestly don't even remember throwing up, but it had to have been just because I was like coughing or gagging, because I've noticed the one thing that really makes me feel disgusting is my own spit. Like, I feel like I have so much saliva in my mouth, and when I go to like hawk a loogie or like, you know what I'm saying, like that is what triggers me having to like gag to where I'm about to throw up. That's been happening for a week now. Today, honestly, was the worst. Today was really difficult, but I'll get into that later. What did I have? Craving. Oh, on the 9th, on Saturday, I was craving Jack in the Box, the Munchie Meals, the loaded nuggets with like the ranch and cheese and bacon on it. But Jack in the Box didn't have it, so that sucked. Yeah, I think I just had a craving for nuggets because I have nuggets here. And still, Wendy's spicy nuggets sound really good right now. Going on to the 10th, I apparently still had the discharge, but it was light. So the 10th is Sunday. I had mild cramping, could be ligament pain, stretching. That's when I started getting small pimples, which was different because I've had acne since I was in 4th grade. Like, I remember having to tell people, it's not pimples, it's a mosquito bite, leave me alone. So to have adult acne on top of it, you kind of know your different kind of pimples, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely jotted down the fact that these were small pimples. As you see, I do have one on my lip that's finally going away. I had a giant one. This one was giant. I didn't touch it. And luckily it's like on the 3rd or 4th day and it's pretty much going away now. Those are pretty much the two, yeah, because these are scars, but my chin right here, right here, right here. This one on my lip, and then this bad boy right here. This is the biggest one I've had thus far. So let's see. My discharge stopped. Oh, and then again, the small pimples, I also put down here that it could have been just from me wearing makeup in my last video, which is a good point. Monday, which is the 11th, I had my first prenatal appointment, and it was really nice. Like, this was the first time that I actually was able to speak one-on-one, face-to-face with a female about my pregnancy, and it was nice. The place that I went to is very helpful to women who need assistance. I got a free gift. I do not have it with me right now, but it's basically just a changing baby blanket, or baby changing blanket, and it's cartoon characters like Big Bird, but they're like baby size. They're Sylvester the cat, I think Tom and Jerry, but they're baby versions with diapers on. So it's super cute. I'll definitely have to show y'all that. But my appointment went well. We took a pregnancy test. She asked me, what does that look like to you? I was like, pregnant, and I gave her a high five. I cried like 3 times during it. And then when I left, I asked her if I could give her a hug. Like, it was nice. So I definitely plan on taking the parenting classes that they offer there, because when you do go, you get gifts. Okay, you get gifts, and gifts from car seats to maternity clothes to baby clothes to diapers. You get anything. This place is extremely helpful. It is the Hope Center on Florence. And so that was that day. I also started having a major craving for tacos. Now, we have this little joint where I live where you can get 8 tacos for $2. Technically $4, because if you get the 8 taco meal, you have to get like a sweet tea with it, which is fine with me because I love the sweet tea there. And so you're paying $4 for 8 tacos and some sweet tea. So I made Kevin get that as soon as he was off of work. At that point, I guess I was still craving salad with Italian dressings. The light brown discharge was fading, nearly gone. So at that point, I had had it for like 3 days. Going on to the 12th, I'm telling you, this is pretty much, I'm just telling you all my cravings, because that's pretty much all that's changed or has gone on within the last week. It's just food aversions. Nothing sounds good, so I did write down what did sound good to me. On the 12th, I was still craving Mission tacos, so yet again, I had more tacos. This time, I added sour cream, and it was really good. This is where it starts getting a little stressful. In the beginning of this video, I said how this week has been kind of stressful. This is kind of getting into it as to why. On the 12th, I started having severe hormonal mood swings. I was really stressed out. And it was a difficult, like, from 9 p.m. up, I was tripping balls. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, so I actually started bleeding. Now, when I say bleeding, I'm talking blood red with clots around midnight. I thought I was miscarrying. I was freaking out on the toilet, and then I realized, if this is what's going on, I want to be in the bathtub. I want to be able to catch a clot if it is what I think it is, and I don't want it to be in the toilet. So I got in the bathtub. I had the bathtub about halfway full of water, and I kind of just sat in there, and I was just crying because, like, blood was coming out, and, like, 2 clots came out while I was in the bathtub. One pretty small, and then one that was a good size, a good fleshy size. And so it really tore me up. So that's what happened at midnight. Kevin had to work in the morning. He got about 1 hour of sleep. Woke up at 6 in the morning, went to work at 7. He was able to get off around 2. And then at 3 on that afternoon, it was the 13th now. oh wait, I have some more written down. Took a few baths from midnight to about noon. So when all this was happening, I took a bath. I woke up at around, I don't know, 8 or 9, whatever. I got in the bath again, and it says here that the bleeding did simmer by morning, 10-ish. So that was good. That was a relief. It wasn't like soaking a pad, because I did have a pad on. My pad was not soaked. There was hardly anything. Went to the ER at 3 o'clock. Now, we sat in the ER before we were seen for 6 hours. We got there at 3 and we weren't seen until 8. We didn't have a room until 8 o'clock. And I honestly feel like me sitting there for 6 hours worrying about if I'm fucking miscarrying. Excuse my language. Sorry, that kind of popped out there. Thinking I miscarried. I feel like that did more damage just sitting there thinking about what the heck is going on right now. So finally at 8, we get a room. And, we tell them that I was really stressed out the night before and that I started bleeding, and it was pretty heavy at first, but it stopped within a period of like 5 or 6 hours, I'd say. And there was clots, and my doctor gave me a ultrasound. He could not see anything, so he recommended me to get a second ultrasound and a transvaginal ultrasound. He also gave me a pap smear, and something that really relieved me during my pap smear was him telling me that my cervix was still closed. That gave me a lot of hope. So finally, after he did all that, he told me, of course, to be having my transvaginal ultrasound, see what was going on, because at that point he couldn't see any. With the ultrasound that he was doing, he couldn't see anything. I'm for like 5 weeks, 5 days, I think they said I was at that point in time. So, he said it might take a while for them to get that set up, and so me and Kevin were like, great, we're going to be here for another freaking 2 hours, but at least we have our room to sit in, lay in bed, or whatever. So, luckily, it didn't even take like 20 minutes before the sweet lady came and got me, pushed me back to a room that was dark. It was calming back there, you know what I mean? So she pushed me back there, and we first, of course, did the regular stomach ultrasound with the very hot, sticky gel that she put on me, which was, I guess, better than the cold gel, but it was so hot that I was going to burn my skin. So, so she did that. She did what she needed to do. She took quite a few pictures. If you've ever been through this, you know what the pictures sound like. And then she went in with the transvaginal. Now, she did this transvaginal, I'm not even exaggerating, for probably 15 or 20 minutes. So she finished. She, of course, took a whole bunch of pictures. She was so sweet. Like, I can't stress that enough. She was so sweet. I guess she had just moved from Florida. She was in her 40s. It did not look like she was in her 40s. I even complimented her on her makeup, and she was like, oh, well, I just moved down here from Florida. My skin's really patchy, and blah, blah. I'm like, and that's when she told me her age, and I was like, girl, you look good. Like, you look good. Like, so she was really sweet, and I think because we kind of clicked, she gave me a bit more pictures. Like, she was kind of picture not seeing it up, which I love. So she pushed me back. And then, so basically at that point, it was a waiting game. And if you've made it this far in the video, congratulations, because you're about to find out something that other people won't until this coming Thursday, when I find out for sure, confirmation, that this is what's going on. So I get pushed back there, and then we waited for like probably an hour, hour and a half before finally someone came in and told us what the hell was going on. And apparently it was because she and a bunch of other doctors were really looking at what was going on inside me. And so at finally around midnight, and mind you, we had been there since 3 in the afternoon. Finally midnight, my male doctor comes back in. And, drumroll, he tells us that it looks like twins. Possibly triplets. Oh my God, I need a drink of water. Y'all, I literally went in thinking I was miscarrying and losing a baby, and I walked out of there with the thought of freaking triplets in my body. And I honestly feel like professionals would not tell you something like this if it weren't something they thought to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like they would just say, yeah, you got 3 babies in you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if anything, I think that we are having twins. And I'm speechless. Like, God is so good. I can't even say it enough. I'm trying not to get emotional. It's been a rough week. And, like, hearing that, like, it's just completely given me a 180. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, but honestly, to think that you're miscarrying and then to find out that you may have multiple babies, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. So that was the 13th. Y'all, we still got more to go, and we are almost at 20 minutes. So I'm going to try and hurry and then just save like a part 2 or another half for next week. No, I'm just going to try and get it done now. So the 13th, that was that. 14th, that was of course around when the time that we found out, because it was midnight at that point. I was restless beyond words. I could not sleep. I don't know if it was because of I was just thinking a lot or what, but it's hard for me to sleep at night. And it's not like I'm sleeping a lot during the day, because if I do get a nap in, it's like 2 hours. And like I said in my previous video, I am a napaholic. So 2 hours and I'm pretty much it. That's it. I'm good. Okay, so, this is where my cravings started to change. The 14th is when salads and pickles went out the door. This is actually when I started craving, like, orange fruit. Like, the little cuties, like the juice of the little cuties. I'm starting to want those now. Cantaloupe sounded really good to me. So I did buy some cantaloupe as soon as we got done with the hospital at like 1 in the morning. Chips and salsa. That still sounds really good to me. I want some chips and salsa. In fact, when I get done with this, I'm probably going to go eat some chips and salsa. The 14th was... Wait, no, that wasn't then. Okay, so we're on to the 15th. Now, I believe this is when I signed myself up for Medicaid. I applied for Medicaid, and I got a phone call the next day. So I'm excited about that. I do have a phone call appointment this coming Tuesday at 1:30. Also on the 15th, I had chicken tacos, but I wanted it specifically with the crunchy shell. I didn't want like chicken tacos with the flour tortilla. It just didn't seem appealing to me. So I made homemade chicken tacos and with refried beans. That was like, I really like refried beans right now. In fact, I just got a can of bean dip and Fritos to snack on. I ate like 2 of those tacos though, and I don't know if I was full or what, or if I felt sick, but I couldn't eat anymore. Like, I just ate those 2 tacos, and I was like, okay, that's enough. I had more than what I've been eating anyways. And I'm sure y'all are probably wondering what's going on with my V8. I'm still drinking my V8. It's definitely not crazy like it was, but I still like my V8, and I'm still drinking it. I feel like it's very good for me, so I'm still drinking that. 16th, which is today. Today was the worst day I've had so far. Today I felt so pregnant. I feel like, I don't know if I've already said this in this video, but my spit, I feel like makes me want to throw up. This morning when I woke up, I don't know if I was hungry or... Oh, and speaking of, yesterday when I had those chicken tacos, an hour later I had 2 more tacos. Like, I was full, I felt sick, I stopped. Like, an hour later I was like, I can go for some more chicken tacos. So I ate some. I had 4 chicken tacos, like, by 9, 10, 11, 12 that time. And then by, like, 7, 6 in the morning on the next day, I guess I was so freaking hungry that I was salivating to the point where I was spitting, but I was spitting so much that I started having drips in the back of my nose going to my throat, so I wanted to get that out. So you'd hawk a loogie to get it out, but that's what would make me want to throw up. That is what would make me literally and then spit it out. I did go to the toilet. I did spit, throw up a bit. It wasn't any food or drink or even water. It was just like phlegm. It was phlegm. And it wasn't much. It was just a couple, 2 or 3 gags. And that was pretty much going on until probably 2. At about 9, I decided to take another nap. And I didn't really know what I wanted to eat. I wasn't really craving anything. I had 2 bites of cantaloupe. And then I realized, well, I'm just going to drink some V8 because that's what's been helping me. And so I had my water bottle that I showed y'all last video, and I had it half full. I drank that, and that gave me a good 2-hour nap. So I definitely still recommend V8 if you can't really eat anything else. Just slam some of that. You have some nutrition in your stomach. Also today, I'm craving strawberry yogurt with the little strawberry pieces in it. That's what I really want. I did get some at Walmart. I plan on eating some soon. And here's where I'm going to end off the video. And I hate ending it this way, but I feel like I could use some advice. As y'all heard, I did have some massive bleeding due to stress. I thought I was miscarrying. I went to the hospital, found out completely different news, that I more than likely am holding multiple babies in me. Now, today has been a little busy. It wasn't until about 5 that me and Kevin started getting up and being active. We did go to Target, piddle around there. I got a little booty set of like these white fluffy little Ugg boots for a little girl, even though we don't know what in the heck we're having yet. But they called out to me and I couldn't help but buy them, and they were on clearance. So I got them, and I will definitely show it soon along with the free baby blanket that I got from Hope. And we did that piddling around. We looked at baby stuff and prices and what we would need, and then we went to Crackle Barrel, and we both got the same thing. I was really into I was really wanting some country green beans, so I got 2 helpings of that with some okra and some lemon peppered rainbow trout, and Kevin got the same thing except for with 2 things of steamed broccoli. My mouth is watering because I have some leftovers, and I'm about to go devour it along with some strawberry yogurt. And so that's what we did today. Oh, and then we went to go see my grandpa. So that was pretty much the walking around that I've done today. I have been sitting down, for longer than 15 minutes within a 2-hour period. So when we got home, I decided that I wanted to take a bath. I really just wanted to have my back rubbed. I just wanted to relax in the bath, so that's what we did. So we sat in the bathtub for probably 20 minutes. Kevin got out, and then I sat in there for probably another 5 minutes. I got out, we kind of talking, blah, blah, blah. I was rubbing some body oil, some baby oil on my body. I sat down to use the restroom again because I had to, even though, excuse me, I haven't even drinking any water yet. Lord of mercy. So I sat down to pee, and long story short, I'm bleeding again. And it's not discharge, it's not brown, it is pink, pinkish red. I do have a panty liner in now. So I'm hoping that it just stops like it did last time. Because if it continues throughout the night and my pad is visibly with blood in it, I do plan on going back to the ER. I don't know. My bill for the ER is going to be freaking ridiculous as it is. So I don't know what I'm going to do. That's why I could really use some advice. Hopefully there's other women out here that have had multiple babies that can tell me that maybe they've bled a couple times throughout their pregnancy. I'm hoping that I just kind of did a little too much today. Or maybe that my bath water was a little too hot, even though I made sure it's not the way that I normally have it. So, I don't know. Maybe it was just a mixture of bath salts in the bath, bubble bath that was used in the bathtub. I don't know, but there's definitely bleeding going on. It's light. It's not intense blood, period, red, like on the 13th. So I'm just going to hold off, and please be expecting I just scratched myself, a video, hopefully Thursday, because that's my ultrasound confirmation on if I'm having multiple babies. So, please pray for me. Please pray for me. That's all I can ask. Please give me any advice, because I am dumbfounded right now. I'm still kind of about the whole thing. And especially with this thing going on now again, I'm a little stressed out again. So I'm just going to try and relax. I'm going to warm up some more food, drink my water, and upload this video. And hopefully I can get some responses on this one. Because, as I said, I'm a new mother. Hope to be mother. Hope everything goes okay. Stressing about one baby miscarrying is hard enough, but let alone 2 or 3. I just want to make sure everything goes okay, and if there's any advice anyone can give me, I'm all ears. So, I guess with that being said, and with the restless nights still, and feeling hyper, being out of breath, that's pretty much all that's going on today. I definitely feel pregnant. So this is going to 30 minutes, so I have to let this go now. I'm so sorry this is so long. This is a one take, so thank you so much for watching my video. I appreciate it. And like I said, if you made it to the end of this, to where you heard what I'm having, thank you. I appreciate you. Leave me some help. I need it. I don't have anyone else to talk to about this. I don't have any female companions except for maybe my hope counselor, but it's a little late right now. But if the bleeding continues, I probably will get in contact with her. But thanks for watching my video, you guys. Hopefully Thursday I will be posting another one, so wish me luck.